Managing Artistic Director, and you are attending a very special add-on performance to our 97th season that we're very, very excited about. I know it lists me as the director in the program, but that was in honorary title only. I just stepped back, and those of you who get the reference, I just stepped back and said, you know, Joe, chastity, I don't hate it. Now, Joe had some specific things he wanted me to say. Joe, if you do not know, is our volunteer historian. He said that the reception is going to be at the Coliseum, which is going to be the Civic Theater's future home, and he's excited about that, to share that. A special note, not listed in the program, videographer Troy Davis is being assisted today, verbatim reading this, by regional Emmy winner Jacob Bullitt.
Oh, Jesus. You son of a bitch.
And I'll just read it verbatim. Between these two, this is sure to be the Ben-Hur of wedding videos. Joe Ford's not fun. So, without further ado, because I have no other announcements to make, and there are certainly no sponsors except the parents, I present to you the inaugural and final performance of, and I'm allowed to eye roll or sigh, Just What He Said.
You may be seated. Webster's Dictionary defines wedding as two metals being fused together. You know something? I think you guys are two metals, gold metals. To quote the Princess Bride, knowledge is what brings us together today. Knowledge that Western arrangement, that gleam within a gleam. Now that everyone is going, what did they get this guy to appreciate it? Please allow me to welcome all of you to this very special day with these beautiful people. My name is Alex Nance, and it is my extreme honor to be able to share this day with these two. For the first time, I am on script. If you know Joe or myself, none of this opening surprises you. If you're less familiar with the two of us, we love pop culture references, especially when it relates to the item or the event that's taking place at the moment. So let this be a bit of a precursor of what to expect. When Joe and Chastity approached me asking if I would officiate the wedding, I was with one stipulation: I have to open it with a quote from The Office and a quote from The Princess Bride. So you can expect that there will be some pop culture references, some humor, but a lot of tradition. Expect that there might be some references that you might not get. But as long as it relates to Joe and Chastity and they understand it, that's all that really matters to me. Not to say that you don't. But keeping in line with tradition, I will now say, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the matrimony of Joseph Allen Gilpatrick and Chastity Mae Deshawn. Who is it that gives Chastity away this day to be wed? When I first met Joe, he was quite the happy man. Now, I will say that it can be a bit blasphemous to bring up the history that these two have experienced, but that history is a part of that and played an integral part of how these two built their relationship together. As previously stated, when I first met Joe, he was quite the happy man, and if things had gone the way that he initially had intended, he would have been wearing a tux and saying his I do's a few years ago. That did not happen. And when I went to see a Alto show and met Joe in the lobby, he informed me that there was been a dramatic shift in his relationship. And I could see that there was a lot of hurt and disappointment in his eyes. And Joe was no longer a happy man, he was quite the broken man. And I would even dare say that in all the years that I have known Joe, I have known him to be more broken than healed. I knew that Joe yearned for that special someone who knew him wholly, and he knew them wholly. And in his attempts at relationships afterward, they didn't quite work out. Some were mutual, and still close to this day, but I wanted him to find that happiness. In time, Joe grew in confidence, and strength. And I was honored to be there to help be a part of that, along with his support group, of which there were many. And one day, I got a phone call. Every once in a while, Joe would just call and catch up. And on this particular conversation, he told me, well, got a girlfriend. I was really excited for him. I asked, do I know this person? He said, no. Her name is Chastity. And I said, well, tell me all about it. And knowing Joe's previous history, I did not want him to jump into this relationship too fast. And I also didn't want him to misplace his trust again. So as he's telling me all about Chastity, I'm looking for red flags. What I did not know was Joe was also looking for red flags because of his history. He had told me that he had known Chastity for a very long time. They got along, and life just took them in two separate paths. But life found a way. Much like him, Chastity's past had a relationship that left her quite broken for a long time as well. And what she was looking for in a relationship was very similar to what Joe was looking for. They had the same expectations. They had the same damage to their psyche. They both had very similar baggage that they could have been shopping for their luggage at the same manufacturer. Samsonite. He was way off. But what stuck out to me was that Joe had told me that he wasn't looking for her. They just found each other. And they clicked. Well, now my wife Megan and I absolutely had to have this Chastity over so we could meet her face to face. So we invited them over for a game night, and things did not start on a good foot when I found out that in preparation for said game night, that Chastity was a vegetarian. Mr. Meaty is marrying a rabbit. I'm joking, of course. But when she did show up, I was still being that protective brother and looking for red flags. But by the end of the night, I had stopped looking. What I observed was the way that she treated Joe, and the way Joe had treated her, and the way that she interacted with Joe's friends. She was a perfect fit. Joe was right. They just clicked. Or as I say in Hotel Transylvania, they zinged. She fit right in with Joe's eclectic group of friends. Which all range from high school all the way up to community theater. Which, incidentally, I find it very poignant that we're able to celebrate this day here at Civic Theater. And a very special thank you to everyone who was involved, especially Civic Theater, for making this special day happen for these two. We all have become more than just friends. We've become a surrogate family. In the words of Dean Winchester on Supernatural, family don't end with blood. Chastity puts up with Joe's extreme dark humor and constant pop culture references. And Joe is crazy about Chastity. Or just crazy. There is more here than what society likes to label as love. There's admiration. There's trust. There's care and respect. There is honesty that you can see in the exchange between their eyes. Things that love should be. Today they are taking that love and they're making a public declaration to continue to do that for each other for the rest of their days. It's at this point that I want to transition away from the pop culture references and humor and their history and go into what love truly is. Now, it is a bit of a cliche to talk about love so much at a wedding, but it's standard. Love and weddings are hand in hand. Often in society, we use the word love as a type of an emotion. As an example, oh, we fell out of love with each other. No, you didn't. Love is not an emotion. Love is a choice. You too choose to love the person who is standing opposite. But there will come a day when that love will be tested. Now, this is a wedding. A marriage is far different. A wedding is a party. It is the most socially acceptable public display of affection. A marriage is work. For a marriage to be healthy, it will take work on both parties, not just one. He cannot make you happy, and she cannot make you happy. You choose to be happy, and you choose to love each other. It takes work, honesty, loyalty, and I cannot express these next 2 points enough. For a marriage to work, it takes transparency and communication. Anyone can make a wedding work. It takes two very special, selfless, strong people to make a marriage work. There is not a doubt in my mind that you two have minds, hearts, and spirits to make this marriage work. Regarding marriage, I'm going to shift for a moment into the Bible, so I happen to be a children's pastor. Now don't worry, I know there are some who disagree with some aspects of the Bible. That's perfectly okay. Even Joe and I had some disagreements about the item, and we're still brothers. To take away the supernatural aspects, there's a lot of universal truths to it. Now, I was just talking about how love is a choice. This is what the Bible says about love. It is found in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7. Love is patient. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Joe and Chastity have decided that for their vows, they would like to do this in two separate ways. One will be personalized vows, and another will be more formal vows. The Chastity's family may be unaware of this, but Joe comes from an Irish descent, a heritage which he takes great pride in. The two have decided to do an old Irish custom called hand fasting, which dates back over 2,000 years. This is an ancient Celtic ritual in which the two hands are tied to signify unity. This is also where the phrase tying the knot originated from. Now this cord is bound together with two different colors, three if you count white. But it is bound with blue and purple, constantly intertwined within each other. On one end, we have an infinity charm. No Thanos. But since you're a little too far away and I can't pass this around, the infinity charm is two lines that are interwoven within each other, making the pattern of a circle. There is no end to either line or the design. They're intertwined for all eternity. On the other side, you have the collada charm. The design of this, in the center, is a heart, and on the left and right of it is a pair of hands reaching towards the heart. And on top is a crown. The meaning of this is love, loyalty, and friendship. Heart, of course, means the love that these two share with one another. The crown on top means loyalty, which is what these two vow to continue for each other for the rest of their days. And the hands mean friendship, which is how this beautiful relationship has started. I'm now going to ask that you please take hands. I'm going to place one underneath the bride's thumb. We're going to wrap this around a few times. And then I'm going to take the opposite end and put it under Joe's thumb. Now will you please put your hands on top, and we will begin with the personalized vows, and we will begin with the bride.
Hi Joe, I'm not sure if I can put into words how much you have changed my life. We both have had a long journey to get here, but the destination is better than I could have ever imagined. I prayed for you and a love like this, an easy love. Just when I think I can't think I can love you more, you prove me wrong. I hope you know you're what makes my world go round. I am so lucky to have you to always keep me laughing and make the hard days not so bad. I pray God lets us grow old together and blesses us along the way. I know our journey won't always be easy, but there's no one else I'd rather face the hard times with. I truly believe we can make it through anything that comes our way. I'm so excited to start this next chapter of our life with you. Here's to forever and always. Love, Mrs. Hoppel.
Now the groom.
Line. We are not supposed to work. Whether on paper or in theory, we are not supposed to work. We are two total opposites of each other. You always ask me, why didn't we get together in high school? Why didn't we get together in college when we were between relationships? And I don't know why, but I'm glad we didn't, because the tumultuous roads that we went through with past relationships and all the toxic moments we had to go through, that built us for each other now. I'm not gonna cry. No. I'm glad that I went through my trials and tribulations, and I'm glad that you went through your pain as well. Because if we would have got together back in high school or college, we wouldn't have worked then. We both had to go through a lot of maturing and a lot of self-realization of what we wanted and how to be a better partner for the person we love. You've been my rock for the past 2 years. You've been my best friend. And there's absolutely no one else I won't be sitting on the stage with right now. Here's the
Now with your vows and the knot wrap around holding you in unity. If you would please remove the top. Now those vows will stay forever bound. This is the hand-fasting knot. And as for the final portion of our ceremony this afternoon, we're going to move to the more well-known traditional vows involving the wedding rings. And we're going to start with the groom. Do you have the ring? Joe, if you will please repeat after me as you place the ring on Chastity's finger. I, Joseph Allen Gilpatrick,
I, Joseph Allen Gilpatrick,
take chastity, faith, which is the Sean.
take
Chastity,
Shay, Chastity Faye Deshawn,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
have and to hold from this day forward,
having to hold from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or poorer,
for richer or poor,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and cherish
to love and cherish,
until death do us part.
until death do us part.
Now for the bride, Chastity, you'll have to lean. Do you have an injury?
Short joke.
Chastity, can you please repeat after me as you put the ring on Joe? I, Chastity Faye Deshawn,
Chastity Faye Deshawn,
take Joseph Allen Gilpatrick to be my husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, until death do us part. It is now my incredible honor to announce you both husband and wife. Joe, you may kiss your bride.
Bye.